Oh, hon, could you get that while I finish this?
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Cecile.
Yeah, what a surprise.
How are you? Morning, Jamie.
You and Cecile working on your memoirs this morning?
Oh, Mac. If you told me that yesterday, I could have changed my appointments. Oh, never mind. I just called Liz and she can cancel them.
No, it's not really necessary. I tell you, I stopped by to talk to Jamie.
Oh? What about?
Well, alone, if you would excuse us, Cecile.
Oh, sure. I'll just head out by myself. Jamie, I'm going to have to take a cab.
Oh, no, don't take a cab. Here, take my car.
Yeah, I'll drop Jamie off later.
Okay.
Okay, bye, hon.
Yeah.
See you later.
Okay. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Well, there's a fresh pot of coffee if you want it.
Oh, no, please, don't bother. I just want to talk with you about something.
About what? I mean, why here instead of the complex?
Well, actually, I didn't think you'd be going into the office. I thought you'd probably go down to the dock, and I did want to talk to you alone before that. And as you know, privacy is a pretty rare commodity around complex these days.
Yes, it is. So, this is about the dock project?
Yes, in a way, but in a way it's also about much more than that. It's actually... Well, I want to talk to you about your work.
My work?
Yeah, and I want to preface it by saying that your work is just fine in general, so don't let's have a misunderstanding about that.
You'd level with me, wouldn't you?
Of course I would. Yes, I would. It's just that it's not that I want to talk about. Jamie, when I made you my heir, I wanted you to learn every facet of this business as fast as possible in case something happens to me. But now I've come to think that I've really overloaded you. I've just given you too much, too fast, and it's just not possible for you to handle it.
Jerry, you're burning up. How are you feeling?
What?
You're so hot. Are you okay?
Yeah, I guess it just must be too hot in here.
No.
Either that or it's just football jersey.
Come on, it's not that hot in here. It's certainly not the jersey. You're burning up. I'm afraid that you have a fever.
No, I don't have a fever. I'm okay.
I think we better find a doctor right away. I just want to make sure.
No doctors. Look, if we're going to get down to Gainesville as fast as possible, we don't have any time to make any unnecessary side trips.
Jerry, I do not consider this an unnecessary side trip. Look, if you're not well, we shouldn't travel.
Look, I'm okay. We're going to get out of here just as fast as we can.
And now, the continuing story of Another World.
Mac, that's not true. You haven't given me too much work to handle.
Well, all right, perhaps you can handle it, but that's not really my main concern, Jim.
Well, you just said that.
I know, but the point I really want to make is I think you've begun to pay too high a price for the load you're carrying.
I disagree, Mac.
Jamie, it would take a very insensitive person not to realize that you're under a lot of pressure. And my concern is you're letting that pressure get to you.
No, Mac, I am fine. I don't mind the pressure. Really, I can handle it. And I can do my job. I am doing my job, aren't I?
Jamie, you know and I know we've got some serious problems.
And I'm working on them.
I know that, but there are some things that are simply beyond our control, Jamie.
I think I know what you're trying to tell me.
You do?
You're trying to find a way to tell me that you've made up your mind to sell the dock project.
Yes, I suppose so. I'm sorry, Jamie. Just no other alternative.
Mac, you can't.
No,
You can't.
Jamie. If Corey Publishing is to survive, we must sell, Jamie.
It's all my fault.
It is not your fault. It's the catastrophic circumstances we find ourselves in at the moment.
No, Mac. I recommended that we buy out Taylor Halloway, and it's obvious that we can't handle it financially, so it was my fault.
But at that time, there were no bombs exploding. It was perfectly sound advice.
Would it help your position from the board if I resign?
I'm not even thinking about that. If we lose the dock project, we lose the dock project. We cut our losses. And we concentrate on getting Corey Publishing back together again, and that includes your job as the publisher of the Ledger.
I should resign.
Jamie. Jamie. You're my son. You're my heir. I don't want you to resign anything.
You just said I was your son?
Yes, I did.
Well,
I meant it, Jamie.
I know the trouble that you and Mom are having over adopting Matthew and your strong desire to make him a Corey.
Yes?
Well, if what you just said is true about my being your son, then tell me, Mac, why didn't you ever want to make me a Corey?
You eat it. I'm not hungry.
Nobody's eating anything around here anymore. I can't even give away the food in my refrigerator. But that's not like you.
You either. You used to be able to eat almost as much as me.
Well, I'm not very hungry these days. I've got an excuse. What's yours?
You first.
You first. You look depressed.
What are you, ecstatic?
We're quite a pair, aren't we?
Not too good at hiding our feelings, are we?
No. Hey, I'll tell you what. You tell me what's bothering you, and I'll tell you what's bothering me.
Sally.
Well, what's she done?
It's more like what I have done to her.
What do you mean?
Well, you know that hockey trip I had up in Montreal?
Yeah?
The one where she was supposed to go with me?
She went with you?
No, not exactly. No, we talked about it, and we agreed that it wasn't such a hot idea for her to go because I wasn't going to have enough time to spend with her. But she showed up anyway. And she complained because I didn't have enough time to spend with her. She complained about not having enough time to spend with me or me having time to spend with her. She accused me of liking hockey more than her.
Is that why you're feeling so blue?
It's not that simple. You see, here I was thinking she was all mad at me and everything, and yesterday she should suggest that we go away on a ski trip this weekend.
Well, how do you feel about that?
I think it'd be kind of fun. I told her I couldn't get the car. I didn't think I could.
Well, I think I could get along without the car this weekend if that's what you want to do. But on the other hand, if you've got second thoughts, you could tell her I wouldn't give you the car.
Thanks.
That way it'd get you off the hook.
I don't want to let her down again. I mean, she really wants to go on this trip.
But what about you, Leigh? I mean, what do you really want to do?
Oh. I want to go, yeah. Of course. I mean, she's a 10.
Do you want to know what I think? I think you think that you should want to go. Like it's what's expected of someone like you. You know, having a wild and romantic weekend.
I really like her, Clarice.
I know you do. But maybe you're afraid you might disappoint her.
Yeah. Maybe that's it.
you should just, try to relax with her and be yourself. Just think about having a good time.
Pretty smart for a sister.
Well, maybe for a sister.
But as a wife, Clarice, it's your turn.
Oh, well, that's not what's bothering me right now.
You're not brooding over Larry?
Well, at least not right now.
Jerry. You worried about Jerry?
And Blaine. It's like they've disappeared off the face of the earth, and the worst thing is that Jordan Scott, I think, is looking for them to do I don't know what.
Oh, you think they're in danger?
Yes, I'm afraid they are.
You really care about Jerry, don't you?
Well, sure, he's been a real good friend to me.
It's more than that, Clarice, isn't it?
I don't know. I always looked upon Jerry like a friend till this started happening, and I'm so worried about him.
Well, don't worry about him. He's a bright guy. He can take care of himself. He knows what he's up against with Jordan Scott.
I hope so. I care about that guy.
It isn't hard to locate where they spent the night last night.
Are they still there?
No, but I don't think we're far behind them.
There's only so many miles they can cover without any sleep. We're right on top of them.
Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, Steele.
I'm trying, Mr. Scott.
Well, try a little harder.
Business starts early around here.
Well, you know what they say about the early bird. So, Jason, how's it going?
And that's why I trotted up those stairs. To tell you that things are moving along on the escort service.
Good. So you think that Mitch Blake will go along with our plans?
I don't see why not. But if he has any objections, he can easily be persuaded to come around to my way of thinking.
You think so? You better know so.
Dr. Holloway, just the man I want to see.
May I help you? I don't have a lot of time.
Well, I'm sure you haven't. A man in your position, time is a very precious commodity.
Okay, Mr. Colton, you've noted that I'm busy.
Yes.
But if you have a specific question...
I do have, yes. I'm investigating the accident at Coit Publishing.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that you treated both the king and the crown prince. And I need to get a statement about their condition.
I believe that statement has already been made public.
Really? To whom?
To the Ledger, and it was quite accurate.
Oh, well, if you gave it to him, I'm sure it was, except I missed it. So I wonder if you'd be so kind as to give me that information.
Mr. Corey sustained no injuries except for a minor cut and some bruises.
Yes, and Master James?
Jamie had 2 lacerations which required stitches and a sprained ankle.
Is a pity.
You think so, huh?
It is a pity that the poor crown prince seems to be getting more than his share of problems these days, don't you think?
I have no comment.
Oh. Well, maybe he's just accident prone.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's something else, and he's just lucky to get away with minor injuries. What do you think?
You'll have to excuse me, Mr. Colton. I have patients to attend to.
Something amusing you?
Yes, you are.
Me? Really?
Yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Colton, but your comments about Bay City's royal family did amuse me.
Oh. Well, you're not by any chance an admirer of the illustrious Corey clan now, are you?
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You seem so upset on the phone.
Well, I guess I am upset. It's Jerry. I'm so worried about him.
I wish there was something I could do to help, but I can't.
You mean you haven't heard anything more?
Not a thing.
But, that could mean...
Oh, it could mean a lot of things. This thing's really getting to you, isn't it?
Well, I can't help it.
Well, why are you so upset?
Well, how do you expect me to feel? Jerry's been a good friend, especially lately. And now you tell me that he's in danger.
Well, what about Blaine? She's with him. Aren't you worried about her?
Of course I am.
Well, you know, you don't even ask about her.
Well, of course I hope that she's all right.
I think your main concern's for Jerry. I'm starting to get the whole picture here now. You're falling in love with that guy, aren't you?
I mean, I didn't say that.
Oh, you might as well have said it. That's what this is all about, isn't it?
I don't know. You're jealous.
Oh, come off it.
That's what you are, and I don't understand it. I mean, you walk out on Corey and me, and you leave us all alone, and at the first little hint that I might be falling in someone else, you get upset.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do, Larry. I'm going to tell you something. I'm very grateful to Jerry Grove. He filled a big hole in my life when you moved out on me. And you made it plain that you preferred Jordan Scott's company to either of us. And well, you know, Jerry was wonderful to both Corey and me, and he was here when we needed him.
Like I wasn't.
That's right.
Well, just one thing, Clarice.
What?
Make sure you're not confusing gratitude with love.
But, Jamie, that was all clear to you years ago. You wanted to keep the frame name in deference to your father.
I know, but when you and Mom married, you never asked me how I felt about remaining a frame or becoming a Corey. I assume that you never really wanted me as a Corey.
Oh, my. It never entered my mind, Jamie. That didn't.
You mean that you and Mom weren't going to have a son of your own? I mean, together
no,
and...
Jamie, my Lord, I love you. I love you as much as I love Amanda, your sister. You just got to believe that. That's never going to change, son.
Mac, I want to believe that's true. I want to, but I'm not sure I can. Mac, ever since you and Mom got married, you've been my only father. The only real father I've ever known. I mean, really, you've been like my real father would have been. I love you. And I've always wanted to be the best son that you could possibly want.
Jamie, you have. You've been the best son possible. Now, you believe that.
No, but it seems that the harder I try, the more I fail. The more responsibility you heap on me, the less I'm able to perform.
Oh, you listen to me.
What?
That isn't true. It simply is not true. Listen to me. You've done an outstanding job with everything you've tried.
No! I've let you down.
Jamie, I told you over and over again, never once have you let me down. Not ever. You have to believe that. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, Mac, you tell me that whether you mean it or not. Mac, the truth is I have let you down. And I'm sorry for that. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make it up to you.
There's just nothing to make up.
Yes, there is. And somehow, Mac, I promise I'm going to do just that.
I'm Alice Frame.
Frame, you mean as in Crown Prince Frame?
Well, we do share the same name.
Oh, well, that's interesting. How does that work out?
It's not too complicated, really.
Oh, I thought everything that had to do with the Frames was pretty complicated. But you mean, are you actually related to Jamie Frame?
Only indirectly. Jamie is my late husband's son.
Oh, I see. Then I assume it was your late husband who was at one time married to Rachel Corey. Is that correct, Stephen Frame?
You may safely make that assumption.
Well, Well, this little genealogical tale gets more interesting by the minute.
You think so?
Yes, I do.
Well, you could have gotten the information from anyone had you asked. It's common knowledge. Old, but common. At any rate, Rachel and Stephen were only married for a short time.
What, just long enough to give Master James a name? Huh?
Wrong that time.
No, but what was it then?
When Jamie was born, Stephen and I were still married.
I see. Well, that must have been rather awkward for you.
Yes, it wasn't easy.
No, I'm sure it wasn't. So then Rachel Corey must have somehow maneuvered herself into a marriage with your husband. Just to make sure that the son was legitimate, inheritance, and so on. Huh?
Well, I don't really know what Rachel's motives were at the time. There were complications during that period.
Complications? Created by Mrs. Corey, huh?
Well, she did get around a good deal in those days.
Yeah. Left her mark everywhere, I suppose. Well, this is really very fascinating. Frames and the Coreys have a very intriguing past.
Oh, you think so?
Yes, I do. I mean, I could stay here all day and listen to you, except I got other things I've got to get done. I would like to hear more about this, however.
Yes, I'm sure that you would.
Well, I mean, I feel like I just found the key to the Bay City archives. Now, would you be willing to indulge my curiosity just a little further?
What do you mean by that?
Well, how about another installment over dinner?
Well, I might consider that sometime.
Well, no, not sometime. You can't leave me hanging like that. How about dinner tonight?
Tonight? Well...
Yeah, all right. I'll pick you up at 7.
Wait! You don't have my address.
I'll pick you up here at 7.
My radar clocked you doing 77 miles an hour. Now, down here in Georgia, we consider that pushing it a bit. Want to step out the vehicle, please?
Yeah, sure.
Driver's license, vehicle registration, please.
Yeah.
Right, hold it. Right there. Don't make another move.
What is it?
Henry, get over here. We got a concealed weapon. Right, hands up against the van. Oh, get the girl at the van.
All right, lady, just step outside. Easy.
Just do what they say, Blaine.
Got anything on her?
Nah, she's clean.
All right. Now get that license out your wallet.
Yeah.
Keep your hands up on the van. You Jerry Grove in Bay City?
Yeah.
Got a permit for this gun?
Yeah, I do.
And then let's take a look at it.
Look, I don't have it with me.
Henry, better get over here. They got a check on that.
Look, I'm an ex-cop, and I do have a permit to carry that.
You're under arrest, mister.
Look, I can explain.
You'll have your chance as soon as we get into town.
Look, all you gotta do is make a call.
You'll be able to make it. If what you say is true, an ex-cop ought to know his rights. Shall I read them to you?
No, it's not necessary.
Good. Okay. Oh, let's get moving.
Wait a minute, what about me?
You're clean. You're free to go.
Blaine, go on.
No, I'm coming into town with you.
Sorry, don't take riders.
Jerry, I'll be right behind you in the van.
What are you drinking?
Not much these days, Jason. Thank you.
Oh, that health stuff going to your head, huh?
Just changing the kind of stimulation.
Cleaning up the act?
Polishing.
Hmm.
What do you want to see me about?
You never were much for small talk, not even in the old days.
Come on.
Well, I think I am going to have a drink.
Go ahead, suit yourself.
Thank you very much. Mitch, you are aware, aren't you, that the company I work for has bought a piece of the sporting life?
I had heard a rumor, yeah.
Well, it's gone beyond that stage now. It's an actual fact.
So?
So I thought you'd be interested. You see, there are going to be a few changes made.
Such as?
Reorganization.
Does that affect me in some way?
You always were a perceptive son of a gun, aren't you?
I was, wasn't I?
Was. You remember that?
I remember most things, in fact.
Is this your subtle way of telling me that you've gotten your memory back?
I've gotten most of it back, yeah. Is this your way of telling me things are going to start getting tough?
Well, why do you say that?
Gut feeling. Why don't you tell me what your guys have in mind for the sporting life?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think I mentioned to you before that we had planned to institute an escort service at the Connection.
Right, you said it was going to be legit.
Yep. Absolutely legit, of course.
Go on, tell me more.
Well, in the past couple months, I've had the opportunity to visit different clubs around the country. Las Vegas, Chicago, Los Angeles, you name it. Just to see how they operate. And you know what I found out? They all have one single feature in common.
Which is?
They all operate out of health clubs.
You're kidding.
Interesting, huh?
Not only is it interesting, I can see why your guys want to get involved in the sporting life.
That makes sense. This is the perfect setup for it. And you know what I think, Mitch? I think we are sitting on top of a potential gold mine.
Mm-mm.
What?
I said no.
What do you mean, no?
Exactly what I mean, no. The sporting life's clean. The operation is clean. I can't see bringing that kind of thing in, tainting its image with an escort service.
Well, now, how can that taint its image? Midge, I told you, this is strictly a legitimate operation.
Listen, it might be. I just don't want to get involved with an escort service like that.
Oh, come on, Mitch. We can come to some amicable agreement.
No. It's the bottom line. I'm sorry. It's final.
Hey, wait a minute. Just not so fast, okay? Do I have to remind you of how little you own of the sporting life?
No, you don't have to remind me. I know exactly how much I own.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure, that's all. You are what we call a voting minority. You see, my company holds the major interests. So, in the long run, we will decide what's appropriate.
Yeah, well, I guess we can see about that anyway.
Yeah, we will. We'll see about that. I'm sorry, Mitch. Now, I am really sorry that you can't seem to see it our way.
Well, that's all right, Jason. I just wouldn't be of much help. I can't see, I just can't see getting involved in an escort service.
Yeah. Well, you have it your way. But I'm here to tell you that the escort service is going into the sporting life. Maybe you'd better start considering selling out.
You know, you might be right, Jason. I just might do that.
Have you heard from Jerry lately?
Not in days. I thought you were staying in touch.
Well, it's been pretty hard until a few days ago. Now it's impossible.
What do you mean?
He's missing.
What?
That's right, you heard me. What's more, so is my sister Blaine.
Are you sure of this?
Hey, look, I got everybody I know crawling all over town looking for him. They are gone. And I don't have to tell you how worried I am about him.
The hand of Jordan Scott again?
Well, that's what it looks like to me. See, I got reason to believe that he's very jealous of Jerry.
Why?
Well, he got it into his head that Jerry was trying to win Blaine back.
Blaine's his ex-wife, isn't
That's
she?
right. And Jordan doesn't want any part of that.
Do you think he'd get rid of Jerry because of that?
I certainly do. And I think he'd get rid of Blaine for the same reason.
You don't think he's put out a contract on them, do you?
Well, that would explain why they're gone.
You think they're on the run, then?
I don't know what to think. All I know is that if Jordan Scott's after him, neither one of them are safe.
What do you want me to do, Larry?
I don't know. I just thought you might have some ideas.
Well, I don't. Until we hear from either Jerry or Blaine, there's nothing either one of us can do.
Well, that's the problem, Petroni. They could be killed.
And if you get yourself too emotionally involved, Larry, so could you.
What's the charge?
Carrying a concealed weapon, no permit.
Look, I told you I have a permit.
This man been advised of his rights?
Yes, sir. Says he's an ex-cop.
That's right. If you'll just call Captain Petroni of the Bay City Police.
Henry's already started the check on the computer. Sorry, Mr. Grove. Got to book you anyway.
Name?
Gerald Grove.
Address?
4261.5 Eastern Boulevard, Bay City.
Excuse me, do you mind if I just sit over there and wait?
Sure, if you want to. But you may have a long wait, lady. This guy's going to jail.
That's what you think. I'm waiting here until he's let go.
Suit yourself.
Look, Captain Petroni can prove that I have a permit for that gun. Why don't you just save yourself some time and trouble and give him a call?
Okay, take him to the back room and print him. Mary Lou, give me the Bay City Police, Captain Petroni.
It's a little early for you, isn't it?
Hello, Melissa. Yeah, I guess it is early.
Rumor has it that you're never seen by the light of day.
Who spread that rumor?
I think it was somebody who's trying to make it sound like you are not any fun at all.
Well, I don't want to leave that impression.
Okay, then this is what you have to do. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You have to come here to the connection every night before sundown.
Good idea.
Okay. A tough day, huh?
You said it.
What's your poison?
Anything that'll take off the rough edges.
You got it. Andy, could we get this man some very prompt attention?
I'll have a double scotch.
Yes.
No ice.
It's on the house.
No.
Oh, please, I insist.
No, I can pay for my own drinks, thank you.
I know that you can pay for your own drinks. Please, this is just my way of thanking you.
What for?
Well, for having Sandy and me as guests at your home.
Oh. Oh, great evening, huh?
Yeah. Listen, also, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time that you've come to the connection since the new management took over.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll drink to that.
Ah, okay. Too many more nights amongst us.
I'll drink to that, too.
We'll drink to everything tonight, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you excuse me a second? I have some customers.
Sure.
Hi. Hi. Welcome to the connection. Thank you.
Hey, I see they sprung you too. How are you?
Rick!
Yep.
Rick.
Jamie?
Jamie.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Listen, we're just going to have a bite to eat. Do you want to join us?
Well, why not? Sure.
Okay.
I'll meet you over there.
All right.
All right. Waiter.
Yes.
Another one of these. Double.
Let me get that. I left this number with Nancy in case of an emergency. Yeah? What? How long ago? They go down with that. No, no problem. I'm glad you called. You bet it was. Thanks, Nancy.
Is it news?
Jerry's alive.
What about Blaine?
Well, I think it's safe to say that if they're together, she's okay, too.
Well, why? Well, thank goodness for that. What was that call all about?
Well, the police have picked up Jerry.
Where?
Some little town called Tate.
Tate? Where's Tate?
Somewhere in Georgia.
Georgia? What are they doing in Georgia?
I don't know. All I know is the highway patrol picked Jerry up for speeding. Found him with a gun.
Well, what else did they say?
Well, they wanted to verify if he was an ex-cop and if he had a permit to carry the gun.
Anything else?
And Nancy said they're holding him in the jail until they get confirmation from us.
Well, at least we know they're safe and in Georgia.
And alive.
Yeah, but for how long?
Well, my goodness, if I were one of the town rustics, I would let out a wolf whistle that would deafen your ears. You look gorgeous, like a queen.
Oh, enough. I'm not used to such high-flown flattery.
It isn't flattery. It's very real admiration.
Well, whatever it is, please, hand it out in small doses. You can't dish out such ample portions to such a starving woman.
All right, I'll try to oblige. Well, is the Queen ready to depart?
Oh, you can't call me that.
Why not?
Why, didn't you know? The title's already been taken.
I'm sorry. I forgot. She can't hold a candle to you.
Oh, again, thank you. I can barely bear it.
Get used to it.
Well, I will try, but like I said, I'm famished.
Well, I like a woman with a healthy appetite.
I wish I had one a little less healthy. It'd be a lot easier to stay trim.
Oh, come on, you're perfect like you are.
Good. So, where are we going?
Well, I booked a little table at L'Auberge. They promised us a secluded spot, somewhere in the corner, so...
Cozy?
I certainly hope so.
Perfect for telling tales out of school.
Well, you know, can't be too careful.
Oh, I'm sure you're always careful.
Try to be.
You won't be taking notes, will you?
Notes.
You know, taping everything I say on a tiny hidden tape recorder, perhaps cleverly planted in flowers you've arranged for the centerpiece?
No, I don't think that's going to be necessary.
Oh, really?
No, you see, I'm noted for my retentive mind.
Never forget a thing, huh?
Not if it's important. Shall we go?
Jerry. Oh, Jerry, so good. You look terrible. You're worse. Are you letting him go now?
Looks like it.
You mean we can go now?
Yeah, just as soon as you collect your belongings. Right over here, please.
Here you go. Free to go.
My gun. Do I get it back?
Stuff's in that sack. Want a word of advice?
Why not?
You're going to travel with that thing. Keep it out of sight and out of reach. My advice to you is to put it somewhere where you can keep it real snug. Got it? And take out that ammo. As long as that stuff's in there, someone's likely to get hurt. So do yourself a favor, huh?
Yeah, sure.
You girl got the van?
Yes, over here. Are you going to be okay?
Look, I'm fine, just fine.
No, you're not fine.
Come on, I'll walk you two out to the van. Just make sure y'all get on your way.
Oh, Jerry.
Come on, let's just get out of here.
Waiter. Another one of these, please.
Don't you think you ought to slow down a little bit? Haven't you had enough already?
Not nearly enough.
I don't mean to butt in, but I don't think it's a very good idea.
Look, I know my limit.
Yeah, I know that, but...
Excuse me. I'm going to powder my nose.
Okay, I'll see you a bit. Okay.
What's the matter?
What do you mean, Dr. Hallowell?
Jamie, cut the act and tell me what's wrong.
Bad day, you know?
Do you want to
talk? A little bit of everything. Everything, I guess.
Do you want to talk about it? Listen to me, Jamie. The way you're going now, you've got to talk to somebody. If it's not me...
Yeah. Yeah, there is someone I want to talk to very much.
Where's he going?
He's making a phone call.
Something really not right with him.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Look, I'm gonna go check, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Steele. What have you got for me?
Well, a little piece of news. They sold a car and bought a van.
So?
Well, they're trying to ditch us, but we're on to them.
Have you got them in sight?
Hey, you're right. They're on their way to Florida.
And you know exactly what place in Florida?
Well, not yet, but, we'll get them. Oh, you can count on that, Mr. Scott.
I hope so, Steele. For your sake, I hope so.
Is Mrs. Corey home? Louise? Hey! Hey, this is Jamie. How you doing? Welcome back. What? She isn't, huh? When do you know is she gonna be back? Oh. Well, would you tell her something? Tell her I want to speak to her. It's very important. Tell her that. It's very important that I speak with her.
Thanks.
Jamie, Marianne and I were thinking. Jamie?
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another Word.